Afternoon and good evening to all. Myself Vaibhav. I welcome all of you to today's session of Visual JForex, in which we will be continuing our algorithm development work using the indicator, support, and resistance, which can be shortened as S and R. So let us now head to the Visual JForex board, which has been developed by the Dukascopy Bank SA. In the last session, I had explained to you how we can get the default instrument subscription done where Euro USD is being used as the instrument of choice. Afterward, the position amount was defined at zero to make sure there is no existing pending or open position on the account prior to the execution of a new trade. This SNR block has been added with the configuration of the hourly candle period with the look back period of 2. And to look at the price volatility, we are also going to take the help of info candles. These two get historical candle with the candle period defined at hourly are also being utilized. And then to pinpoint the exact entry points, as usual, we are also relying on the 10-second data. I had also defined these two new variables, which gets us the actual difference between the maximum and the minimum of the last resistance and support band. So we consider whatever is the actual difference, and then we will be taking 1/4 of that. So we have defined this variable which will get us 1/4 value, which we will utilize to set the condition, which I will explain to you here using this JForex chart of the Euro USD of hourly candle period. So this is the plotting for the SNR, support and resistance. The maximum acts as a resistance and the lower value, minimum value, is considered as support. As long as the price action is happening within this range, we can continue to look for the trade where we can look for buy opportunities closer to the support zone, and we can look for sale opportunities when we see reversal of sort happening closer to these resistance prices. And as and when the break happens, we have to give it up and look for the new formation to take place after the price is stabilized. We get new minimum maximum values, and depending on those values we can start looking for fresh opportunities. So this session is going to be dedicated to the building of the buy side of the equation. We will see how we can look for profitable trade opportunities on the buy side when we see the support holding well and some signs of reversal being shown on the lower values closer to the support area where the prices are stabilizing. There we can start looking to initiate the buy trade provided the other parameters as per our criterion. So the logic is going to be fairly simple. We want the price action to be happening within these range. So for that we will need the close and open prices to be within these range, and also we are going to rely on the price action data. So for that, for any buy trade to happen, we are considering two crucial requirements. And as you have been told in the last session itself, this S and R formation happens for the prior data. So whatever is the current hourly candle, we get the data for 2 hours back. And depending on those values, we have to consider the trade opportunities in this moment. So we will be relying on the formation 2 hours back of the SMR, and then we will take the decision here and now. So for that, for making sure the support is being respected by the price action, we will consider the closing value of the last hourly candle, and it should be greater than the opening price. And also, we will compare its opening price with the support zone with the minimum value, and it should be above that. And prior to that, in the prior hour, the decline should be there. So we will compare the closing value of the prior candle with the opening price, and it should be lower. And in the next hour, the reversal should be taking place, and we need, as I told, we need this closing value to be greater. But to make sure that we don't end up buying on the higher side, we are also going to add one more condition where we will take the actual difference into account. We will divide it by 4, so we will get 1/4 of the actual difference, and the closing value of the last hourly candle should be within that range. We will add it to the minimum value, and the last hour's candle close should be below that. So that's our requirement. I hope you have been able to understand the logic. Now let us head to the Visual JForex board to get the execution part done. So here we have to define new variable, and the first thing which we will need to do is get the variable created which we will compare with the last hour's closing value. So for that I'm going to need calculation expression block, and here it comes. So I am going to take this minimum value, and to it we add this variable which we had created in the last session. So this is going to be a1 plus a2. All right. I will name it by upper limit BUL. Okay. Now let us get with defining of the conditions for the execution of the trade. So for that we are going to need logical components first. So I will get this multiple action here, and after that we are going to need a lot of these if else blocks. For the time being I will add 4, and as and when required we will add it more. So now the comparison part. We need the candle 19 candle close to be greater than the opening price. So for that I will take auto created variables candle 19 candle close and candle open, and we will compare where we need first input to be greater than the second input. Candle 20 candle close will need to be lower than the opening price. So for that candle 20 candle close and candle 20 candle open will be compared, and here we have first input less than second input. We also want candle 19 candle open to be above the minimum value. So for that I will take candle 19 candle open and compare it with minimum value, that is the support which we are relying on to get us the profitable trading opportunities. Then we want the closing value to be within the price band which we have defined using these newly created variables. So I will get this as the second input. Here it should be first input greater than second input. Coming to candle 19 candle close. Alright. So these are the requirements. I will place this on the lower side. Now the execution will happen as and when the prices start to rise above the last hour's closing value. So for that we need to compare the closing values of candle 21st and candle 22nd with the closing value of candle 19. So for that, I'm going to take two more blocks, and here we have this. So candle 19, candle close will be the common input in both of these, and then we consider closing values of candle 21st and candle 22nd. Where we need candle 21st candle close to be greater, so first input greater than second input, whereas candle 22nd, which is the penultimate 10-second candle, it should have the closing value on the lower side. First input less than second input. And then we bring in the trade command block. For that, there is going to be a market open trade. So open at market. So we have first input less than second input, flow joining the open at market trade block. Now we have to define the input parameter to get the configuration right for this trade command block. Alright, so we have to define various parameters. These input values as per the requirement. Buy trade remains as it is. You can have two commands, buy and sell, and this is for the buy. Default instrument will remain as it is. Trade amount I will change to 0.1 million. Slippage is going to be changed to 2 pips. Stop loss and take profit, we will keep it in proportion of the actual difference of the minimum and the maximum value of the support and resistance band. So for that, we will take this value, the quarter value of the actual difference as the stop loss and twice of it as the take profit. So for that, we need two more of calculation expression blocks. I will take these two. All right. And multiply it with 10 raised to the power 4 to convert it in the integer data type. So start value will be 10k, 10,000. This will be named pip conversion factor as Euro USD has 4 decimal points. This will be A1, N2, A2, and to create this variable it needs to be of integer data type, so I will create the variable here only. I will name it BSL its value will be derived from this calculation. Okay, and whatever is the stop loss, price of it will be the take profit. So I will just multiply it with 2. That's it. And we arrive at the desired value of take profit. Again, this will be A1 into A2. This will be by take profit. Oh, I made a mistake here. This needs to be of integer data type, so I have overlooked it. It needs to be created here. Now, as earlier variable was created with BTP, I will name it BTP1 and its value will be derived from this calculation. Okay, all good. Now let me join it to multiple action. All right, so it seems the conditions have been set according to the requirement, according to our logical requirement. And here the buy side looks good to me. So this is it from my side for today's session. I hope you have been able to understand the logical as well as the execution part of this algorithm using the indicator, support and resistance. This was the buy side demonstration. In the next session, we will be dealing with the sell side of this algorithm where I will be explaining to you how we can define the requirements for the execution of the sell trade using the SMR indicator. So for further coverage of the market developments, do check out the Dukascopy Analytics page. We are also available on the Facebook. You can reach out to us there. For carrying out the testing on the historical data, you will need the assistance of the JForex platform. All these links have been provided in the bio. Thank you all for joining in. See you next time. Till then, goodbye.